I'm Brittney Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. Secretary of State Antony Blinken was asked about a possible prisoner exchange with Russia during a press conference on Wednesday. There are reports that the U.S. has proposed trading a Russian arms dealer who was serving a 25-year sentence in the United States for WNBA star Brittney Griner and another U.S. citizen, Paul Whelan. The State Department classifies both of them as wrongfully detained. Griner's case has seen heightened scrutiny over the past few months as her friends, many of whom are high profile athletes, have called out the Biden administration for not getting her home. While Blinken did not verify the details of the offer, he did detail the thinking behind these kinds of trades. It is yet to be seen whether Russia would accept a deal, though a similar prisoner exchange with Russia took place in April.
Happy to take some questions.
Andrew?
Mr. Secretary, there are reports that the administration has decided that this substantial offer is to trade convicted Russian arms dealer Victor Bout. That's a big offer. Just last week, Bill Burns called him a creep in an interview with me. But you want to get Griner and Paul Whelan out. So what is the prospect of getting Paul Whelan and Brittney Griner out by making such a big trade, arguably over the opposition of the Justice Department? He's serving a 25-year sentence. And what can you accomplish in a conversation with Lavrov to try to get this grain deal locked in, since they bombed Odessa within 24 hours of agreeing to the deal? How can you trust anything that Lavrov and the Russians agree to?
Thanks, Andrea. When it comes to our efforts to secure the return home of Paul Whelan and Brittney Griner, you'll understand that I can't and won't get into any of the details of what we proposed to the Russians over the course of so many weeks now.
Can you talk about why you would make such an important, why you would put what you call a substantial offer on the table?
So here's what I can say about this. First, as I mentioned, we've conveyed this on a number of occasions and directly to Russian officials. And my hope would be that in speaking to Foreign Minister Lavrov, I can advance the efforts to bring them home. We have two imperatives when it comes to arbitrarily, wrongfully detained Americans anywhere in the world, including in Russia, including the cases of Brittney Griner and Paul Whelan. And I say this because, more than unfortunately, horrifically, this is a practice, as you know, that many countries engage in, and one that we are resolutely working to end, and I'll come back to that in a minute. But we have two objectives. We, of course, want to see those who are wrongfully detained be released and be able to return home. At the same time, it's important that we work to reinforce the global norm against these arbitrary detentions, against what is truly a horrific practice. So we're working concertedly on both. We demonstrated with Trevor Reed, who came home a few months ago, that the president is prepared to make tough decisions if it means the safe return of Americans. At the same time, we are working with partners around the world to use all of the relevant tools at our disposal, including some that were announced just recently, an executive order that the president released, to respond to and impose costs on those who engage in this practice. And I believe we can actually fulfill both imperatives. And let me just say this as well. I think you can expect to hear me in the weeks and months ahead speak more to the efforts that we're making to reinforce this global norm against arbitrary detention to deter countries from doing this in the first place.
Matt?